Hey there, I'm Courtney, and I'm what you call an age group athlete. So in the triathlon and ultra running world, basically I just do this for fun. Professionals make money and they get sponsorships, but the age group athletes like me, we just do it for fun and to stay in really good shape. But what happens when you fall off the fitness wagon and you are not in such great shape anymore? Well, that's happened to me recently, just because of parenting and life and work. So in this video, I'm going to basically show you what I do in order to get back in great shape for triathlon and running events in basically 4 months. So stick around and I'm going to show you my true blue secrets to getting in shape. So I'm going to lay out some really simple steps that I use every time I kind of fall off the wagon fitness-wise to get back in shape fairly quickly. Before I do that, I'm going to give you a little background on how I got into triathlon. In 2019, I decided I was going to sign up for my first triathlon, and I signed up for both a sprint and an Olympic distance, and I fell in love. I had no idea what I was doing. I rode my dad's mountain bike. I didn't even have I think I didn't even have a real kit. I literally had no idea what I was doing, but I smiled my whole first race because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing a triathlon. So I was hooked. And throughout the rest of 2019, I think I competed in about 9 triathlons and somehow made it to Olympic distance nationals for age group athletes in Cleveland, which was an amazing experience. And I finished out the year becoming an Ironman at Ironman, Maryland. Now in 2019, I only owned one business and life was a little bit more simple. Since then, I've started 2 other businesses, and some of you might know I'm a full-time single parent. So my son plays travel sports. Life has basically gotten way more crazy since 2019, and I've been hanging on by the skin of my teeth fitness-wise. And so I wanted to share with you, as an age group triathlete, what I'm going to do to get prepared for the rest of race season in 2024. The first thing that I do is I go to the kitchen. I go in here and I'm going to be eliminating something I love. Oat milk lattes. In all seriousness, this is really just about cutting empty calories. I, in the wintertime, love oat milk lattes, and they add to the fluffy factor in the mid-range area a little too much. So I'm going to be switching back to black coffee, which I absolutely love anyway. And so that's a very small way to cut a lot of calories, because you figure, if an oat milk latte has, I don't put any sugar in it, but let's say it has 150 calories and I have that 7 days a week. You do the math. It definitely adds extra pounds. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of those empty calories and switch back to black coffee. Next, let's talk about cardio. A lot of people think about triathlon and running and they watch, programs where people are doing crazy mileage, crazy workouts, just high intensity training, and there is a place for that. But initially, when I'm getting back on the fitness wagon, what I do is I keep things so simple and very consistent. So I start with low heart rate training, which some people call zone 2 training. And that basically means that you're doing cardio for an extended period of time in a low heart rate zone. This is going to help me build my base. This is not taxing on my immune system, which is great in the wintertime when everybody is sick. I don't know if you know, but high intensity training definitely can tax the immune system. So for the next basically 4 weeks, I'm going to be doing cardio 5 times a week. That is at least 45 minutes in length. It'll be between 45 minutes and an hour and a half. And there's a reason I choose that time. It's because I want to at least get into a place where my body is learning how to burn fat for fuel more efficiently. That's going to help me later on in race season. Now, this depends on a variety of factors, whether you're a man, you're a woman, your age, your hormones, etc. But in the beginning right now, all we're trying to do is rebuild the habit. Remember, I am completely out of my normal fitness, triathlon, and running shape, and I'm just waking up the body, the muscles, and the muscle memory. So 5 times a week, that means I'm going to be doing a combination of riding my bike trainer upstairs and running. Again, simple, easy, low heart rate stuff. You can Google online low heart rate training or zone 2 training. Personally, I've always gone with the MAF method calculation, MAF. And that's based on, you basically take the number 180 and subtract your age. And that is your target heart rate to stay in during your low heart rate exercise. So for me, that's about, the 138 beats per minute. And I'm going to want to stay as close to that number as I can for 45 minutes to an hour and a half for the first week in both running and riding my bike. Now, because I'm out of running shape, I am probably going to have to walk, run to get my heart rate back down. So if my heart rate spikes up to 150 because I'm running outside and it's cold and I have a lot of gear on, I'm going to have to walk to get my heart rate down in order to make sure my average heart rate is not above 138. The next really important factor is sleep. Now, it might sound completely boring, and if you're a busy parent like me, getting good quality sleep can definitely be a challenge. There's so much to do, you're parenting, you might be getting up early to get stuff done while the kids are sleeping, but no matter what, sleep is really important, and so I highly recommend prioritizing it where you can. If that means going to bed earlier, do it, especially in the wintertime, where take advantage of the fact that it's dark outside and you can, go to bed a little earlier. Your circadian rhythm is ready for sleep a little earlier than you are in the summertime. So aim to get 7 to 8 hours of good quality, uninterrupted sleep every single night. The next thing I do is I eliminate booze. Now, I own a bartending company. I love coming up with craft cocktails. And while I'm not a big drinker, I do enjoy a glass of wine or a beer. Although I have learned now that I'm in my early 40s, I just don't bounce back the way that I used to. And even having one glass of wine really negatively impacts my sleep. If you have a Garmin or a smartwatch and it tracks your HRV status, you will notice after 1 drink or 2 drinks, your HRV is going to go down, your heart rate variance. And so just by eliminating alcohol, you're kind of giving yourself even more of a head start in getting in shape, because you're allowing your nervous system to recover adequately. And that is really, really important as you start ramping up your training. One of the nicest things about this time of year is a lot of people do dry January. And given the fact that it's the end of December, I've just decided to start early and do a dry month to kickstart my journey back into getting in shape. And you can do it too. If you're somebody who likes to have a glass of wine every night or every other night, my recommendation is to proactively map out some mocktails that will replace your nightly or every other night glass of wine or beer or cocktail. My favorite one is I take Simply Limeade and I mix that with half club soda, so equal parts of each. I slice fresh jalapeños and I shake those with the limeade to make sure that it mixes and it gets nice and spicy. And then I shake that, pour it over ice, and top it off with the club soda. That way it's not too much sugar, and I get some of the heat from the jalapenos. It's kind of like, a virgin spicy margarita. Other ideas, I know there are a bunch of adaptogenic mushroom type tonics for evening time that are really good for you. There are also Monin syrups that you can order on Amazon. We do a lot of mocktails for my Chesapeake bartending business. And so just getting club soda or sparkling water with like a pomegranate or a ginger simple syrup is lovely. Just do a dash of the simple syrup, add it to some club soda, throw it over ice, and boom, you have yourself a fancy mocktail. All right, now the bane of my existence. The next thing that I would introduce is weight training. I laugh because I'm so bad at weight training. I am such a cardio junkie. However, if you watch the professional athletes, triathletes, and endurance runners, you know how important weight training is. It's so effective for so many reasons. It's great for injury prevention. It'll just make you a stronger athlete. And for women, it's especially important for your bone health and for metabolic reasons. So please don't forget about strength training. Again, I try and keep it really simple. I have some 10-pound weights, which I'll show you at the end of this video. And I just do arms, some overhead presses, curls, things like that. I have really bad knees. I'm a former soccer player and I'm not allowed to do any squats. So I don't do that. I do also have a medicine ball that I practice throwing up in the air and catching. So it doesn't have to be crazy. Just, incorporating it once a week into your routine initially is perfect. If you can get it in twice a week, 3 times a week, even better. I know not to bite off more than I can chew initially, and so I aim to start with once a week, like a good weight session. Don't forget Speedwork. Now, some of you are gonna love that, some of you are not gonna love that. Personally, I love Speedwork, and I think it's one of the most important parts of getting you in really, really good shape. Although I do not do this initially. So the first 4 weeks, I just focus on that zone 2 cardio that we talked about in the beginning of this video. And I introduce Speedwork starting in weeks 5 and 6. I tend not to be somebody who's like super into plotting out like track workouts and whatnot. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, but I am busy and I don't want to make training any more stressful than it has to be. So I always make things as simple as possible. I default to what are called fartleks. Yes, funny name, laugh, haha. Fartleks, so basically I'm gonna go out for what I would call an easy run and I'm gonna start incorporating sprints. It can be as simple as every 5 minutes, I'm gonna sprint from this tree to the next tree, and then you're not gonna stop. You're just gonna keep going at your normal pace, let your heart rate recover a little bit, and then you're gonna do another sprint. That's personally my favorite thing to do. You can also do those on a treadmill. You can say, every 3/4 of a mile, I'm gonna run a 1-minute sprint, and then I'm gonna drop that speed back down. So fartleks are wonderful for speed workouts. There are, of course, many advanced speed workouts that you can Google. There's a ton of, free triathlete resources. Training Peaks has some great stuff as well. Triathlon Magazine. There are wonderful YouTube channels that have speed workouts, but for me, I just keep it really simple. I like to sprint. I like that feeling of, wow, that was hard. But there's so much benefit to speed workouts. So when you combine them with some low heart rate training, I think that the results can be fantastic. When I was in great shape in 2019, I did speed work consistently every week, usually 1 to 2 times a week. And I swear that is what allowed me to qualify for nationals and get through Ironman Maryland, because I did not train as much as most of the athletes did, especially those who had coaches. I simply didn't have the time to do it. So I always focused on quality training over quantity. So not junk miles, but the miles I did, I really wanted to make them count. So if I was going out for a speed work or a hard, high intensity workout, I was giving it 110%, even if it was only a 15 or 20 minute workout. So when you are getting back in shape, make sure once you have your base built that you are doing some form of high intensity training at least once a week. Hi, Marilyn. This brings me to my next part of the video. What are the things you can do at home that don't cost an arm and a leg and you can get in really great shape? Number 1, you're looking at them. Stairs, baby. Now, if you have stairs in your house, try this workout. Run up the stairs, walk down. Do that over and over with no break for 10 minutes. It is one heck of a workout. If you can't run up the stairs, start by walking up and walking back down. Stairs are free and it'll get you in great shape. Although I'm wildly jealous of some professional triathletes' pain caves, I do not have like a multi-$1,000 pain cave. So here's what I do have. So I have my road bike set up here on a kicker snap. So this kicker snap is just a basic Bluetooth magnetic trainer. So the wheel spins on here like so. Has Bluetooth capability. You can sync it with a lot of different apps. Again, I am a total simpleton and I am also cheap. So I don't do Zwift and I don't do Ruvi. There's another one I tried and I actually like all those. Those are virtual riding programs. So if you like stuff like that, this trainer will sync with that. But personally, I just get on here, I'll start with my low heart rate training and it makes it so simple. I can just literally ride this in the comfort of my own home in the morning before my son goes to school, before work starts, or after when he gets home from school, he's doing his homework, after we've had dinner, and come up here, crank out a nice workout, and boom. And here we have two other really, really important aspects of my in-home gym. Here we have resistance bands. These are so great. My friend Kelly Whalen is a trainer. She played college soccer with me and she's amazing. She showed me some really great exercises to do with this, like crab walks and whatnot. And this little band does not cost a lot of money, but let me tell you, it is one heck of a workout. These are just 10-pound weights, so you can get a lot done with these bad boys. Curls, overhead presses, consistency is key with these guys. So as I start my journey to getting back in shape, I will be using these at least once a week. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you found this video helpful in regards to getting your fitness on, getting back in great shape, or perhaps beginning your fitness journey. I invite you to join me as I continue on in my journey to my second 50K race, which will take place this April. I will bring you along for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, or start to your day, or end to your evening, whenever you may be watching. Until the next video, keep training, keep moving, and keep giving it your best. Bye.